Hi, I am Osman. I am an energy healer on a master level and with telepathic capabilities. I specialize in critical care recovery and terminal illnesses, amongst a host of other physiological, psychological, and even spiritual ailments, especially um, the treatment of the adverse effects of involuntary Kundalini awakening. I'm also an advanced level yoga and meditation teacher, having been practicing for almost 50 years and teaching for 44 years. And in that period, I learned under various masters from different disciplines and sections of the yoga science, and I created my own protocols, making a combination and simplifying it for the 21st century. And as a result, I've got students from over 100 countries, to date, and with amazing results. Of course, people who are teaching for a long time, will always have amazing results if they're teaching it, properly and correctly. And I was fortunate to have the good, advanced level um, teachers in my life as well. If you want more information on my services, please visit my website, yogawellness786.com. Also, remember, all my therapies are natural based and not a replacement for medical treatment. What is a very powerful weight loss method? So, I'm very long in the yoga sciences field, and I'm very heavy into wellness and natural interventions, especially dietary adjustments, to improving wellness and overall fitness and so forth, right? And this has been a passion of mine from my childhood, right? And what I found, and I've tried all types of protocols, or not all, many types of protocols, right? Many types over the years. And the one type that I found absolutely amazing in my experience was following the Dr. Brooke Goldner protocol, right? So if you visit her website, goodbyelupus.com, you can get the direct information from her and her recommendations and so forth. But basically, it is switching to, having the green smoothie, utilizing about a pound of 450 grams of cruciferous vegetables and a handful of flax seeds, and blending it in a regular 1.8-liter blender. And you can add fruit for flavor. The fruit volume should not be more than 25% in volume, right? And you can use fruit like recommended. She recommends that really adds flavor is pineapple, mangoes, or bananas. Any of those fruit that you chop it up and add it, and top it up with water, and you blend it and consume all every day and eat nothing else. If that is not enough, just make more, right? Don't eat any other food. If you try to eat other foods in between and like have one meal, your normal meal, and this, it doesn't work very well, right? It works only when you have that exclusively. I've tried it, many ways, and I found my strength gains are amazing, and the fat loss was at the highest possible rate. And there's no limit on the amount of calories. They don't count calories. You can have, as much as you need. There's some people have like two of those, quantities, like double that quantity, or triple that quantity, even, right? Because they feel hungry more often and they have it more, and it is something that I found so amazing that it's like shredding the abdominal fat, which is so hard to release. The abdominal, especially on the sides. And whenever I see I'm increasing weight, I quickly go back, to that. And once you've reached your, ideal weight, and be careful how you introduce other foods back in. Don't go crazy, because you'll regain all the weight, very fast. And it's very hard to lose weight. So you can regain weights in 2 or 3 months, but it can take 2 years for you to lose that weight what you regained, in 2 or 3 months. So this is something I found really amazing, and Not only is it, for fat loss, but it reverses many illnesses, right? Because, being overweight or obese is a massive contributor to many of the chronic ailments, right? And illnesses, right? And your overall wellness and health. And if you can, come to an ideal weight, and you can come to your ideal body weight, the recommended body weight, and you just continue with that. In fact, I would like to stay, 100% on the diet, but it's not practical, because we are social animals, and we get invited, for dinner, and we go to occasions and so forth, and it's very difficult to have, this type of thing and not eat food and things like that. So you can make the sacrifice, try it for just 4 weeks, 28 days, right? And see how it is, and then you can do it for 6 weeks, and then you can go on every 90 days, go for 90 days and 6 months, right? And then, or depending on how much you need to lose, right? You can even go up to 2 years, with it. And in the beginning, it is very difficult, right? But as you get used to it, it becomes super. Your body adjusts to it. And also, she recommends hydrating and drinking plenty of water, right? A minimum of around 2.8 liters or 3 liters, per day, that you have to drink. You have to keep hydrating throughout the day. It's important to eliminate the toxins, from your body, because it also is an amazing detox. Myself, I normally use the easily available cruciferous vegetables. I use cabbage, or I use cauliflower, or I use broccoli, and I also use a cousin to the cruciferous vegetable, which is spinach as well, which is also recommended. So these vegetables are all recommended by Dr. Brooke Corner, and I use just one orange and one lemon, and I cut it up with the peel, right? And I put it into, because it removes the bitterness and gives sufficient flavor, so that it doesn't impact on the volume. When you put too much of fruit, and it's like difficult to blend it, and also it's a cost factor, right? When you are consuming too much of fruit, if you're going to put too much of pineapples and mangoes, and different people have different budget, but who cannot afford one lemon and one orange, right? More people can afford that, and it's got a tangy taste. And if you're not into tangy, you can use bananas, right? Overripe bananas instead of the citrus fruit. It depends which country you are in. Bananas are surprisingly expensive in some countries, right? And most countries, it's like one of the cheapest fruit, right? Bananas and oranges, right? And citrus fruit is one of the power foods, right? That's why I prefer the citrus fruit. So one orange, one lemon, I found that was absolutely amazing. Minimizing on the fruit intake, so it's minimizing the cost, right? And spinach and the herbs and so forth is very easy to obtain, and nothing else. Don't eat anything else. Don't have rice. Don't have cooked vegetables. Nothing. You only stick to that protocol, and if you can stick to it, you're going to see. I haven't found anyone who's sticking to it that's not losing weight rapidly, right? And effectively, because you people try, and the best of the diets, but it's a very slow process. People can lose 5 kg over 6 months, 10 pounds over 6 months, right? Beginning, maybe you can lose, rapidly, maybe like about 5 kg the first month, right? And then the next 5 kg, only 1 kg per month. It's like really becomes slow and difficult. But with this protocol, it's absolutely amazing. I'm really, surprised with it. So I hope this information helps you. And, if you get a control and handle on your weight, it's going to, save your life, keep you that much longer, and probably prevent a heart attack, and probably, prevent so many illnesses, and probably reverse so many things. You'll be around for your family that much, longer, and, or for yourself, because maybe life is difficult now, but it will become easier, when your mind is, less cluttered with stress and so forth. The obesity and your self image will improve, and this improves your life overall. And life goes through ups and downs, And once it comes up, you want to have your health. You don't want to, you're having worked so hard and so forth, and then you start your health starts to fail you. You're getting warning signs from your 40s, and from your 50s suddenly getting some shocking news, right? That you've got this condition and that condition, and you have to have this medication for the rest of your life, and that, and then you have to go for open heart surgery, and it become horrendous. You can curb all these things significantly, with your diet. And this protocol are found to be the best. You can visit. She's got success stories of reversing illnesses that were deemed incurable. With, I think she's got over 4,000 documented cases of reversing, almost impossible or very difficult to reverse, illnesses. This is how powerful the human body is when make it more efficient, and it can function better. Your heart can pump better. Overall, your blood pressure will improve. The overall health improves, when you are at an ideal weight. This is such an important factor for me, and I'm very passionate about this subject of weight loss, because I used to be over 100 kgs, and I used to be overweight for most of my life, right? And with very great difficulty, I lost weight. Not, I didn't know about this protocol, and kept it off, with lifestyle changes, gradually, and but it required a lot of discipline, to do that. And when I lost like about 25 kg, I had a 46-inch waist, right? Now my waist size is 30-inch, right? Imagine 16 inches, dropped. So and now I'm maintaining my weight loss for 20 years, right? So it's not, I'm not in a yo-yo or bouncing back to my old weight and so forth. And because I've adjusted my lifestyle overall, I didn't know about this protocol. I had the occasion to try it, and I saw, the stubborn fats and so forth, just shrinking away. And I found this, oh my God, I know how difficult it is to lose weight, and how my life changed. My life expectancy, because 20 years ago I had three major heart attacks. I was overweight, I was chronic high blood pressure, chronic cholesterol levels, and I also was insulin dependent diabetic, taking 5 insulin injections a day 20 years ago. And then after losing the weight, I weaned off and controlled my sugar with the diet alone. There's no, I'm not getting spikes in my sugar levels and so forth, and I go for a test every 6 months. I'm doing everything under the guidance of a doctor, and a doctor is monitoring. I didn't self medicate or self take myself out of the medication and so forth. And when I lost the weight, I'm till today, for past 20 years, I no longer need to take chronic cholesterol tablets for 20 years, right? No longer need to take chronic high blood pressure tablets for the last 20 years. The doctor said this is going to be something I have to take for the rest of my life, right? For 20 years, I'm not taking it. I'm not taking insulin or anything for 20 years, right? So it changed my life. It changed, the how I look. And imagine 46 inches to 30 inches. The person, I'll give you one classic example. I was living, I'm always traveling a lot, and I spent about, I think, 2 years, sorry, 3 years, 3 years in Dubai. And that's the place where, because change of environment, and I wanted to change my life, and I changed my health and so forth there, and I lost all the weight there while I was there, right? And then I came back home, and my mother came to meet me at the airport, right, to fetch me. And I was standing in front of her. She didn't recognize me, right? I said, "Mom, it's me." I was standing right in front of her, and they couldn't recognize me, right? Became unrecognizable, right? So much better, looking so much better, right? And everything improves, in your life. So I hope you take this advice, seriously, and do something, about your weight. I'm also an independent distributor for Herbalife products. It is the number one most consumed meal replacement shake in the world, and they are over 40 years, in business, and their turnover is in billions. I think close to 10 billion a year. There's millions of people worldwide. They are in 96 countries, and it's a proven method, and it is also very effective, method that works, but not as cost effective and as fast as the Brugolna protocol. The difference between the Brugolna protocol and Herbalife, Brugolna protocol is very difficult to maintain. The Herbalife is you can still have your normal meal, right, and just replace two meals with a shake, and it's very tasty because you it tastes like milkshake, right? And the problem is so the cost factor is some people cannot afford the cost of these supplements, but can you afford not to, right? Because you replacing it does become cost effective on an average level, from the low income to average income. It's possible to go into it, and they also have a passive income potential, because it works and it is safe, and it is something that is well established worldwide for over 40 years, right? And the number one meal replacement company in the world, currently, Herbalife International. So it is something that is a second best option, in weight loss, and that I can recommend. And there's a whole host of supplements, and they've got over I think close to 2,000 products with both, nutritional products as well as, body care and, personal care, products as well. And it can make it's a very practical, sustainable method. It's something that can sustain. It cuts your appetite as well, and amazing tasting, right? So Brook Golden protocol, the taste is not that amazing, and but it is powerful. Number one, the Ferrari, and we say Herbalife is like a German luxury car, a Mercedes, and Brugolna is, we'll say, not Ferrari. Ferrari is still not good enough. I'll say Bugatti, right? $5 million car. Ferrari is $200,000, right? $250,000, $5 million. That's what I attribute to Brugolna. And we'll say the Ferrari is the Herbalife International. So you can also contact me, for that. And I've been, with Herbalife now for about 24 years, and I understand this, and I can coach you. The coaching and all is free. There's no, in Herbalife International, you're only paying for the product, and you're paying, and you'll even get a discount on it. I can arrange that you start getting, your discount from the very first order, a 25% discount, making it affordable. And I can give a practical protocol, that you can that can be cost effective as well, and guide you. You need someone who's experienced in it, right? And by contacting someone like me, is so long in it and passionate, not about making money from you, passionate about improving your health, right? Because I've got multiple businesses, I'm not uh, relying on my Herbalife business for an income or anything, right? So I hope all that information helps you, and take care of yourself always.